Bye.
Hello and welcome everyone to the Z-Nights presentation about how to get certified for the Google Cloud. And the presenter is going to be Zsigmond, who is new to EPAM, but not new to the topic. And if we have enough time, he's going to have an extra bonus topic for the evening. If you have any questions during the presentations, please feel free to post it in the Q&A section, and we will try to allocate time to answer them. Okay, so Zsigmond, the stage is yours.
Thank you very much. First of all, please confirm if you can hear me, see me well. I'm expecting a confirmation from your side, Esther, especially. Hopefully it's okay. So welcome everybody. My name is Zsigmond Toth. I'm a level 1 system architect at EPAM Systems. I joined EPAM not long ago. I've been working here since January 2021. I'm a Google Cloud certified professional cloud architect, and at my talk I will talk about the Google Cloud certifications and how to get Google Cloud certified, especially about my experience, how I prepared for the Google Cloud certified professional architect exam. Besides being an architect at EPAM, I am an organizer of some tech-related communities, the Google Developer Groups Budapest and the Women Techmakers Budapest communities. So I will also say a few words about these communities. I will just turn off my camera for be able to focus on the presentation. And let's move on. So there are multiple developer community programs that are supported by Google. The Google Developer Community programs empower you to connect with fellow developers in your area, get inspired by those around, hear from industry experts, and solve problems together and learn new skills through in-person training sessions and workshops. The groups, or as they are called, chapters, are independent from Google, the corporation, but they are supported by Google with content, event resources, and stuff like that. So first of all, let's say a few words about the Google Developer Groups. When you join a Google Developer Group, you have the opportunity to meet local developers with similar interests in technology. A GDG meetup event includes talks on a wide range of technical topics where you can learn new skills through hands-on workshops. And the community prides itself on being an inclusive environment where everyone and anyone interested in tech, from beginner developers to experienced professionals, are all welcome to join. There's another community we have just kicked off, the Women Techmakers community. Google Women Techmakers program provides visibility, community, and resources for women in technology. Since 2014, this program brings together thousands of women in technology through events and leadership programs. The Women Techmakers run a variety of events every year, from Google summits and conferences, including International Women's Day, the Google I/O hackathons, community-hosted meetups, and all designed to build expertise and community to help women thrive in technology. By attending events organized by Women Techmakers, you can learn new skills, get inspired, and meet other women in technology near you. There's another program for experts, the Expert Program. The Google Developer Expert Program is a global network of highly experienced technology experts, influencers, and thought leaders who actively support developer companies and tech communities by speaking at events and publishing content. These professionals actively contribute to and support the developer and startup ecosystem around the world, helping them build and launch highly innovative apps. Nearly 700 experts represent more than 18 Google technologies around the world. And there is the last one, the developer student clubs. They're helping students bridge the gap between theory and practice. Developer student clubs are university-based community groups for students interested in Google developer technology. Students from undergraduate or graduate programs with an interest of growing as a developer are welcome to this program. By joining DSC, students grow their knowledge in peer-to-peer learning environment and build solutions for local businesses and their community. And I myself, I'm the organizer of the GDG Budapest community, the Google Developers Group's Budapest community, and we have just kicked off the brand new Women Techmakers community. You can find the links below the logos if you want to learn more about these communities, and if you're interested in more details about the Google Developer communities, you can find a link at the bottom right corner, developers google.com, where you can learn more about the Google community programs. So let's jump on the cloud certification, Google certifications, because this would be the main topic of this talk today. The Google Cloud certifications validate your expertise and show your ability to transform businesses with Google Cloud technology. And let's see why it is good to get Google Cloud certified. Most of those who get Google Cloud certified feel more confident about their cloud skills. It is said to be the highest paying certification in 2019 and 2020. So it's a rather rare certification and pays rather well. And those who earn this certification are can get easier, more responsibility at their daily project work, and they can get to leadership roles maybe a bit easier. So let's see which Google Cloud certifications are there and which are right for you. There are 3 levels of Google certifications: the associate certifications, the professional level certifications, and there's the top, the Google Cloud Certified Fellow program. So for the Google Cloud Certified Fellows who are the most experienced with Google Cloud technology. The associate level certification is focused on the fundamental skills. So it's deploying, monitoring, and maintaining projects on Google Cloud. This certification is a good starting point for those who are new to the cloud and would like to start their journey with the Google Cloud. And with professional level certifications, the professional level certifications span key technology job functions and access advanced skills in design, implementation, and management. These certifications are recommended for individuals with industry experience and familiarity with Google Cloud products and solutions. And the Google Cloud Certified Fellow program identifies technical leaders who are experts in designing hybrid and multi-cloud enterprise solutions. And there are multiple certifications that you can earn, as you can see on this slide. For the associate level certification in Google Cloud, there is one single certification called the Associate Cloud Engineer certification. An associate cloud engineer deploys applications, monitors applications, operations, and manages enterprise solutions. So when you are trying to pass the Associate Cloud Engineer exam, it assesses your ability to set up, plan, and deploy cloud solutions, ensure successful operation of the solutions, and configure access and security. Regarding the professional certifications, there are multiple certifications available. These cover various tracks. Maybe the most well-known is the Professional Cloud Architect certification that assesses your ability to design and plan cloud solution architectures, manage and provision a cloud solution infrastructure designed for security and compliance, analyze and optimize technical and business processes, and so on. There are other certifications which are focusing on specific tracks. These are the data engineer, the cloud developer, the DevOps engineer, security engineer, cloud network engineer, collaboration engineer, machine learning engineer certifications. Usually it is said that the architect certification focuses on all areas, but not too deep. So you will need to have a rather good understanding on the most parts of the Google Cloud technology, but not in very deep level. But for the other professional level certifications that are focusing on specific tracks like collaboration or machine learning or networks, you need to understand that specific area much deeper than at the architect certification. However, you don't need to have a visibility of the full Google cloud ecosystem, but only that specific area. So it's a good practice to start with the associate level certification, and if you you were able to get familiar with the basics of the Google Cloud, and you managed to pass the certification, then you can step forward and pass any of the professional level certifications. It's a good start to proceed with the architect certification, because you will have visibility to every corner of the Google Cloud, and after that it is a good practice to pick a track and proceed with that area that you are specifically interested in. For example, in my case, I haven't passed the associate exam. I directly passed the Google Cloud Architect professional exam, and now I'm preparing for the next professional level exam, and this will be a DevOps exam, which is strongly related to my current role, because I'm a DevOps architect at EPAM Systems. Let's move on. So how to prepare for the exam? If you visit the Google Cloud certification page that you can find the link for at the bottom right, cloudgoogle.com/certification. All the exams are detailed there, and if you click any of the exams, there is an exam guide available, which describes the topics covered in the exam in details, and you will have an understanding what topics you will need to learn in deep details. Regarding the architect, professional cloud architect certification, there are case studies. There are 3 case studies, and Google is planning to add an additional one, then modify the already existing ones, which describe various scenarios, companies that have various resources and plans, and they are planning to solve some kind of issue in their environment. And these case studies may appear in the exam, that you will need to read the whole description of the case study and answer questions related to these case studies. Google does not guarantee that these case studies will appear on the exam, but it is highly recommended to check out these case studies, understand them and learn them by heart. Should they appear on the exam, then it's not the first time you meet these case studies, and you will have the context much quicker than reading the scenarios for the first time. So let's see what other resources I've used for my preparation. There are video trainings available from multiple providers. I've listed a couple of them: Coursera, Linux Academy, Cloud Guru, Pluralsight, Udemy, the LinkedIn Learning that we are using within EPAM. I personally use the Coursera one. It is a pay, so all of these are paid trainings, so you need to purchase a subscription. Usually there are a shorter trial at the beginning, but you need to purchase a subscription in the beginning. But sometimes there are promotions when you have like 1 month of access for free if you complete quest, or just if you subscribe, you will have free access for a little longer time. They are definitely good resources. The Coursera one is made by Googlers, so it's the one of the best resources. As this comes directly from Google, so they are usually aware of their own exams, so it's a good practice to check this out. I personally used the Linux Academy subscription. Linux Academy has been just acquired by Cloud Guru, so Cloud Guru and Linux Academy are more or less the same nowadays, but last year they were separate companies. Very good resources. And there are some others. I do not have too much experience with Pluralsight, Udemy, and LinkedIn Learning, but I'm sure there are also valuable resources that could be found there. Regarding these video trainings, usually there are downloadable slides for these trainings, which are very useful. And some of them, for example, the Coursera and the Linux Academy, provide you with sandbox environment, free access to sandbox environments in which you can complete some challenges, quests, based on a step-by-step description, which is very useful to gain some hands-on experience. And for example, if you subscribe to Linux Academy, there is a subscription that includes sandbox environments that could be launched for studying and testing out various scenarios. There is the Google Cloud official documentation that is available at googlecloud.com/docs. That is a very valuable resource. Usually it's a good practice to use it together with the video trainings, because video trainings usually summarize the topics and highlight the most important details, but at the official documentation, you can find all the details, all the common syntax, screenshots about the graphical user interface, detailed how-tos on setting up various tasks. So it's a very, very valuable resource. I can recommend to use it in tandem with the video trainings. And it's absolutely necessary to have some hands-on experience. You can gain hands-on experience by subscribing to the Quick Labs training environment, which is again a paid resource, but sometimes, for example, with the Google developer groups, there are so-called study jam events where you can participate in completing various virtual labs in a training environment that provides you free access to the real Google Cloud environment. And once you attend such an event, you will have a monthly free subscription to this training environment. And there are hundreds of valuable labs that could be completed and could be used for doing some hands-on preparation.
Zsigmond, sorry
Yeah,
to interrupt you, but I see a couple of questions in the Q&A section. So maybe you want to answer. Lauren Karai asks about the benefits of Google Cloud compared to Amazon or other cloud provider. What are the cases when you prefer to use Google Cloud instead of other one? And what are the disadvantages? Because we have like 5-6 minutes left, I thought that you may want to answer
Thank you. Very good question, by the way. It's not strongly learning related, but so according to my knowledge, the top 3 cloud vendors are AWS, Microsoft, and Google Cloud. And as far as I know, Google Cloud is ranked as the 3rd public cloud provider. And so the benefits is that Google owns a worldwide private network that is completely built and owned by them. So they have the best network available on the world, and most part of the internet traffic is transferred on the Google owned network. And the machine learning and the AI part is rather strong in the Google Cloud, to my knowledge. So I don't want to convince anyone to use Google Cloud because it's better than the other 2. They are rather good. Even the AWS environment is the most mature because they started the earliest, and they did the best job, so they are ahead of everybody. And Microsoft is also performing pretty well. Maybe if it's a good if it convinces someone that the most well-known services like Google Search and Gmail and YouTube are run on these services, and these services have been productized, and these services are available as for consumption as Google Cloud resources. Hopefully I answered. Was there any other part of the question? Sorry.
I think you have answered it pretty well.
I tried my best, but should you need any more details, feel free to reach out to me after the presentation or at the end of the Q&A, and I will try to answer in more details. So let's just get back to the presentation for me to be able to complete it. So you will need hands-on experience. So you can have free access to the Google Cloud environment if you subscribe as a new subscriber to the Google Cloud environment, and you will receive $300 US as a credit that you can use for consumption of Google Cloud resources. You can try out the cloud environment, but if it is not enough, then you can still use the training environments that provide you with free access to the Google Cloud. And last but not least, the work experience is the best one. So if you are not starting from scratch, but you have some experience with Google Cloud from your daily work, that's even better, but it's not given for everybody. So it's just an optional thing. So let's move on. Regarding the exam, the exam is a 2 hours long exam. It consists of 50 questions, which are multiple choice, and they are rather similar to the practice exam questions. So if you subscribe to any of the video training providers, usually they have practice exam questions at the end of the various sections of the study material, and they are worded rather similar to the real exam. They are not the same, but worded similar. So if you do a sufficient number of attempts, practice with the practice questions, then the exam questions won't really surprise you. It's a good practice to mark the questions for review. If you are not sure about your answer, then it's the best way to put the check mark to the mark box and get back to the questions at the end of your exam. Time management is key, so always it's a good idea to leave like 15 minutes at least to review the questions. If you are not sure about an answer, just get back and consider one more time. Maybe a question that came up later in the exam help you answering the question that you were not able to answer at the beginning of the exam. And at the end of the exam, you won't have any fireworks, you won't receive any fireworks or red carpet or anything. A clear text line will include your result, display your result, and it will be something like pass or failed. So like one word, your result is pass, your result is failed. And based on that, you can be more or less sure that you have failed or passed. The official confirmation arrives only after several days, so it can take a week or even more. And once it has arrived, then you are certified. If it says failed, usually you won't pass after the receiving the official confirmation. But when you pass, it's not always a good idea to announce it publicly that I am an architect finally, because if you have your certification in your hands, that's the true evidence for your success. And you will receive a digital certificate that is available on the CredentialNet website. It looks like the one it is that can be seen on this slide. That could be linked to your LinkedIn profile, shared in social media, printed and put on the wall. It's a very valuable certificate, and it can help boost your career a bit, because it's always good evidence of your knowledge that you have such a high level certification. Once you pass the exam, you will appear in the Google Cloud Certified directory. You can update your profile in that. You can find the link in the bottom right, Google Cloud Certified CredentialNet. And if you just visit this website and search for example, Budapest, you can search for cities. You can see that there are about, I don't know, 50 certified architects in the Budapest area. So it's not a certificate that every second IT related person has, so it's a rather high volume one. And so once you pass the exam, you will get an invite and you can order from the Certification Perks web store for free one time. You can pick if you want to get the hoodie or the bag with the Google Cloud certificate, and you will get a free Google Cloud sticker, and all of these will be delivered to your door for free, and you can put the sticker on your computer and wear the hoodie or the bag proudly that you have earned one of the highest IT certificates on the market today. Well, basically, I think I have tried more or less covering all details about the Google Cloud certifications. The question is, if you earn the Google Cloud Architect certificate, if you are a superhero now it is not, but it's a good milestone. So you can say that you are familiar with one of the top cloud vendors, and this is a good milestone to step forward and go for the other certificates, either from Google Cloud, additional professional cloud certificates, or from other top cloud vendors. There are very good certificates available for Microsoft and AWS, and considering the EPAM, how is it called? Not learning path, but the career path, the levels that you can achieve. For example, one knowledge of one single Google cloud, one cloud provider is an entry level knowledge at the architect area. So if you want to be an enterprise architect, then it's highly recommended to get familiar with the other cloud vendors besides this single one. So that's all. Thank you very much. Should you have any questions, let me know and I will try to answer. If you have any questions but you cannot ask it right now, or just you would like me to answer a little later, feel free to reach out to me. I'm available on the LinkedIn. Just search for my name, Zsigmond Toth, or look me up in the Google certified directory. Reach out to me and I will try to answer your questions or help you out if I'm able to. So thank you very much. Let me know if there's any question I can answer.
Unfortunately, we have absolutely run out of time. I'm terribly sorry. Guys, if you have any questions, please do reach out to Zsigmond. He's absolutely happy to answer. And thanks for all of you who joined. I hope to meet you on the upcoming sessions and tomorrow, plus also in the fun zone when we are doing logic games, or tomorrow playing Among Us, and we have a quiz open as well for all of you. Again, thank you very much for coming. Zsigmond, you did a great job.
Thank you very much.
Thanks
Have
a lot.
a nice day. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Goodbye.